Hey guys, I'm Tamara Bennett from Southern Adoornments Decor, and we are getting ready to paint the cutest cowboy boot door hanger you have ever seen. I designed this one probably about a month ago or so, and I just now got to release it this past Friday to you guys, and it was a big hit. Lots of you guys bought the template for it, and if you're not sure what a template is, it is a paper, like a digital download that you can print out at home, tape it together, and you can lay it out on your wood and trace it to cut out your own door hanger blank. So this is an actual blank. If you're not sure what door hanger blanks are, they are made of 1/4" MDF, and mine come with the designs laser etched in the surface so that it's pretty much like paint by number, and you don't have to really draw anything out or anything like that. But if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you want to cut your own door hanger design, you can just pay like $5 and buy the printable template and do it yourself at home, and you wouldn't have to like freehand try to draw this design. So this is what we're going to be painting. Isn't it so cute? So we're going to do this boot, and we're going to do the boot brown. We're going to have some turquoise accents and some flowers. I'm going to show you guys how to paint this really cute flower up here with a little bit of an ombre look where it gets lighter in the center, and so it's going to be so pretty. Let's go ahead and get started. All of my paints are Decor Americana matte acrylic. So all of these are Decor Americana. I've got light buttermilk. Some of the flowers are going to be this color. Black, titanium white, and we're going to do a little bit of color mixing because there were a few colors that I didn't have the exact color that I wanted, so we're going to mix a couple. Okay, this is dark chocolate. It's a dark brown. I've got a lighter brown called honey brown. And then we've got 3 colors of pink. If you don't have 3 colors of pink to do a flower like this, you could take one color of pink that's kind of like your middle color. See, I've got a dark, a light, a darker, a lighter, and a middle color pink. So you could take a middle color pink and add just a little bit of red to it and a little bit of white to it to get the other 2 shades of pink. So you don't necessarily have to have 3 bottles of pink paint. But these colors, if you want to know specific color names, are Cotton Candy, Peony Pink, or Peony, however you pronounce it, and Watermelon Slice. And then the green that I'm using is Hauser Light Green. And then I'm also using Peacock Teal and Bright Blue. And I'm going to be mixing these 2 together to get the shade that I want for my flowers. Okay, we're going to paint the base coat color of our brown first. This dark brown is a little too dark, so I'm actually mixing a color for the main color of the boot. I'm going to mix a little bit of my dark chocolate and my honey brown to kind of create a color in between. Thank you. I love these colors. Okay, and then I'm going to use the bottom side of my paintbrush to stir it like a little stir stick. I did a little bit more dark chocolate. It's like 2 parts dark chocolate, 1 part honey brown. Just kind of play around with it till you get it a lighter color. I didn't have a color. I'm sure Decor makes a color brown like this, but I need to go paint shopping. I haven't bought any paint in a while, and I'm missing a few colors. I need to just write it down. So this is the color that I've kind of come up with. It's in between. It's not as dark as this, but it's also not as light as this. So it's one in between. And so if you are a Painters Clubhouse member, listen up. If you're not a Painters Clubhouse member, you may still want to listen up, because non-Painters Clubhouse members will have the opportunity to sign up for this next month in January. But Clubhouse members get early access to it. It's the Template Club is what we're calling it. And essentially, if you're going into my shop every single week when we release these new designs, and you're buying several of them, possibly all of them, you could benefit from being in the Template Club. So the Template Club, for Painters Clubhouse members, they get a discount. They'll be getting it for $20 a month. Everyone else should be able to sign up for $30 a month. And that would get you all of the templates that we release that month. So it comes in one big bundle. Not only do you get a big discount off the price of the templates, but you get early access to them because you will get them on the 1st of the month every single month. So if you're a Painters Clubhouse member, make sure and go into the Clubhouse and find the special link that we gave you guys and get signed up. If you're not a Clubhouse member, just hold your horses just a little bit longer. You guys will be able to sign up sometime in January, and your subscription wouldn't start until February 1st. But Clubhouse members are getting to sign up first. That way we can make sure everything is working well, I'm just going to paint. No, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to decide. I'm just going to paint over these little lines instead of trying to stay on top of them. Trying to stay away from them. And then I'll go back and paint over them later with the turquoise. I think it'll be fine. So Painters Clubhouse members are getting early access because we just wanted to make sure that everything's working properly and all the kinks are worked out before we open it to everyone. And I think we've had over 100 people in the Painters Clubhouse sign up for it so far. So it's going to be super awesome. Well, January 1st, keep a lookout for your email. You will get an email that they are available. Your card won't be charged until the 1st of the month. And then you can go in and download all of the templates that we are releasing for January. So it's an awesome deal because we release 5 new designs every single week. So on a month like January is a 5 Friday month. There are 5 Fridays in January. You would get 25 designs because 5 times 5 is 25. Now in February, there's only 4 Fridays, so you would get 20 designs, but you will get a minimum of 20 designs every month. Some months though, you would get 25. And so for Painters Clubhouse members, they can get it at $20 a month. That is a huge deal. And then for the rest of you guys that are not Clubhouse members, you can get it for $30 a month. And that's still way cheaper than it would be if you were trying to buy them on sale every single week when they are half price. So it's going to save you a lot of money. All right, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush to get in between these flowers real quick. My big, wide, flat tip brush was not doing it. Okay, so we did 1 coat on this. It's probably going to need another coat in just a little bit. But we're going to let that dry for a minute. And then we will move on. But if you're not a Painters Clubhouse member, just keep an eye out for it. We'll be posting about it in the next couple of weeks. You'll be able to sign up, but it won't actually start for the rest of you guys until February the 1st. So for the band that goes right across here, like the tread of the boot, it's going to be brown, but a lighter brown. So again, I'm going to take a little bit of this dark chocolate color, but this time I'm going to mix a little bit of my light buttermilk in there. I want it to be a creamy tan color. We're going to do some color mixing today. I don't normally do a lot of color mixing on here, but I think it needs a little bit of honey brown too. We're just going to play around with this and get the color that I want. All right, that's looking about right. Okay, and then we're going to take that color and we're just going to put it right along the bottom down here. The good thing about these etched door hanger blanks that I sell in my shop is that they have the lines already done in them, but you can paint right over the top of the lines and still be able to see them so that, you know, you can do your letters or finish the design. You don't have to worry so much about losing the lines as you paint over them. You'll still be able to see the details. So we're just painting this little tread along the bottom. There we go. Yesterday in my Painters Clubhouse group, we painted a cute little snowbird. And so I believe that one's going to be released sometime in January as well. And it is so, so cute. So if you haven't signed up, if you're not a member of Painters Clubhouse and you want to be, it will be opening up again March 24th. You'll be able to get signed up then. But if in the meantime, if you want to get on the wait list, you can go to paintersclubhouse.com and put your email in. That way you'll be the first to find out when we open it. And sometimes we send out a special secret, top secret email letting you know that we've opened it privately, like we didn't announce it on the page, but it's just like a little back door open. So if you're on that list, you'll be notified if that happens as well. So make sure to go to paintersclubhouse.com and enter your email if you want to be on that list. I'm just giving this brown a second coat really fast. And then we'll get to move on to the fun part, which is the flowers and all the cute little details. We also still have a few tickets to the Southern Adoornments live show, so if you'd like to come meet me and paint with me, March 5th, 6th, and 7th in Nashville, Tennessee, we're going to have a 3-day event where the first day we teach some business. So if you are trying to get your door hanger business off the ground, or you are struggling with it a little bit, maybe not selling as many door hangers as you'd like to be selling, or not booking parties like you'd like to be, this is going to ramp you up, get you so pumped up and excited, and feel like you're ready to hit the ground running when you get back home. It's going to be awesome. And then the second and third day, we're going to be doing crafts. And so everything we make, you'll get to take home with you. It's going to be so great. We're going to make some really cute stuff. I can't tell you exactly what just yet, but we will have guest instructors. We'll be doing something like on canvas. We'll be doing some kind of ceramic craft. They will all be painting related though. So if you enjoy painting crafts, it's like the perfect way to come and do that and enjoy some time to yourself. I have a lot of women who are bringing a friend or a sister with them, and they're doing it kind of like a getaway, a sister's getaway. I even have one lady who is bringing her husband, and they're going to just kind of have it as like a couple's trip. And he's going to do some of the crafts with her, and I think it's just a great way for them to kind of bond and spend time together. But if you're coming alone, that's totally fine too. There are ladies in our Facebook group who have bought tickets who are looking for roommates and travel buddies. And so you wouldn't be coming alone. You would be coming with a friend or meeting a friend when you get there. Even if you don't know each other yet, you will become fast friends. That's just the way this event goes. You like make friends so quickly, and then you've got lifelong friends after you go home. Okay, next let's do all of the greenery that goes around the flowers. Like I said, this is Hauser Light Green, the color that I'm using. And I've switched to a smaller flat tip brush for this part. And I'm just going to paint all of these little leaves green. And then we will go and do our flowers. And then after that, we will do all of our little accents and things that just really make this design pop. It's going to be so cute. How many of you actually wear cowboy boots? My husband does. I don't, but my husband does. I've always thought I would like to own a pair of cowboy boots and wear them, and I just never have actually. I think it's because they're kind of expensive, so that's why I haven't actually ever gone and bought myself some, but I really should, because I think I would enjoy wearing them. I wear like cute boots with skinny jeans and stuff, but not actual true blue cowboy boots. And then this leaf up here is green. I like this Hauser light green. It's a nice, soft, light green color. It's not like harsh, and it covers pretty well too. It's probably still going to need a second coat, but it's still covering quite nicely. Sorry, I'm a little quiet today. I guess I don't have a whole lot to talk about. You're a die-hard rocker gal, but this boot is too cute. Thank you, Terry. I loved the flowers on it. I think I saw a question earlier that asked where I get the inspiration for my door hangers. You know, it's kind of funny. The inspiration for this particular door hanger came from a cookie design. So sometimes that's where I get my ideas. And the cookie that it came from was actually done by a cookie artist in Texas for an event that my friend Heidi Easley was putting on. And by the way, she's going to be one of our guests at the event in Nashville in March. So if you know Heidi, give her a shout out. But she had a cookie artist create some cookies for her event. And one of the cookies looked like this. It was a cowboy boot with like flowers on it. It had Heidi's name written all over it. It's exactly like Heidi. If you know Heidi, she wears cowboy boots all the time. Her business name is Texas Art and Soul, so it's kind of part of her brand. But what was I going with this? But anyways, the cookie design is where I got the inspiration. Let's try this real quick. Okay, somebody said, I'm thinking about doing this, but doing the words howdy y'all. But she said, if I do that, would you leave off like the swirls that are on here? It kind of depends. There is a way, I guess, that you can kind of like do lettering that kind of has like a little bit of like a shadow to it or something that would stand out. But if you're worried about it being so busy that you don't even notice the words, I probably would leave off the swirls, because that can get kind of tricky, and I'm afraid you might not like the end result, because the swirls would overpower the lettering, and then it would be difficult to read the lettering or actually see the swirls. So yeah, I would leave the design off of the boot if you're going to do Howdy Y'all. And maybe just make Howdy Y'all kind of like whimsical. You could do some little swirls kind of like going off of some of the letters maybe. That would be a way to kind of dress up that part of the boot. I'm just giving this a quick second coat. I've been dying to paint this one ever since I designed it. It's funny how you like create something and then you can't wait to bring it to life. That's part of the magic of door hanger painting, I think, is it's like taking wood that really doesn't have any shape or doesn't have, you know, anything artistic to it whatsoever, and then transforming it into something beautiful that you're proud to give to someone or hang on your door. And that's why it's kind of addicting. It's for those of you who are door hanger painters, you know, it is an addicting hobby. But, you know, there are worse things you could be addicted to. At least this one, you know, makes you money instead of necessarily spending your money, because you could turn around and sell your creations. Okay, we got our second coat on our letters. Let's paint these little swirls down here. I'm going to be using the color Peacock Teal. If I can get it to come out of the bottle. This is a nice turquoise color. And again, you guys may not be able to see it on the video, but I can still see the etched lines in the surface of this door hanger, so I don't have to freehand this. I'm looking at the lines and just staying inside the lines as I paint. Just like paint by number, only there's no numbers. This turquoise covers this brown pretty well. I was kind of wondering if it would, but it does. It'll still need a second coat, of course, but looks pretty good so far. There are so many different ways that you could paint a door hanger, or, you know, variations. So like even this door hanger right here, you could, instead of doing the swirls, you could do polka dots on the boot. If the swirls kind of intimidate you, just get out a polka dot sponge and do polka dots. You could do different colored flowers. You could make it kind of patriotic by doing stars on the boot. There's so many ways you could change up just one design that it definitely, you never get tired of it, because it's not the same thing every time. It's different every single time. The only time I get tired of it is if I'm painting a design that I've already painted several times before, and I'm already bored of that particular design. And so then I'm like, well, how could I change this up? So let's try this real quick. Let's put a second coat on this real quick. Yes, Carol, I like the milk cartons because the eggs, the paint doesn't dry out as fast in the egg carton. I think because it's made of foam, and the way that, you know, the paint is pooled down in the bottom of the little crate, it kind of keeps your paint from drying out very fast. I like that it keeps my paints in a nice, neat little puddle. It makes it easy for re-dipping my brush. Whereas like on a paper plate or something like that, your paints are going to dry out quicker. They're going to spread out across the plate. I just don't like that very much. I prefer for my paints to kind of stay in a nice, neat little puddle and stay nice and workable instead of getting dried out. There was something I was going to say a moment ago, and now I can't think of what it was. Okay, for this next part, I'm going to rotate so that my flowers are closer to me, but this is what we've got so far. We're going to do this big flower here in pink, and then we're going to do a couple of like cream colored flowers and a couple of bluish colored flowers. Okay, now I'm taking this color, bright blue, and I'm going to mix a little bit of my peacock teal with that. I want it to create more of like a dark turquoise color. I may have to add just a little bit of black or navy to it because it's still too bright. Let me get just a little bit of black.
Pasta.
Still a little too bright. And I forgot I'm accidentally mixing with the wrong side of my brush. I don't like mixing with the side that has the bristles. It kind of makes a mess and gets the paint all over the paintbrush. Okay, that's looking about right now. I just dipped the tip of my paintbrush, like the opposite end of my paintbrush, in a little bit of black paint and swirled it in there, and that made the exact color that I wanted. Exact. See that color right there? That's what I wanted. Somebody asked, what do you get for the ticket price for the event? What do you get? That comes with all of, okay. That comes with all of the crafts that we are doing at the event. You won't have to bring any supplies. All of the supplies will be there for you, and everything that you make, you'll get to take home with you. You also get a swag bag, and we are providing lunch every day. It covers all of the business trainings that we're doing on that first day. So it just covers everything at the actual event. It does not, however, cover the cost of your hotel. You will have to book your own hotel room, but we do have a group room rate at the hotel where the event is being held. And I highly recommend that you guys get a roommate and share the cost and share the fun, because it's more fun when you're rooming with somebody. Let's do the flower, my favorite part. Okay, so like I said, we got 3 colors of pink here. Watermelon slice, pink peony, and cotton candy. I'm going to start with, let me think. I'm going to start with the middle color. Not the darkest or the lightest, but the middle color. And I'm going to kind of do this like an ombre look. And we're going to dip in this pink peony color. We're going to do this around this center part of the flower. And I think I'm going to switch to a larger brush. That one didn't feel quite like it was cutting it. So I switched to one that's a little bigger. Much better. Sometimes I feel like I'm just like, if you're using a smaller brush and you feel like you're having to make way too many brush strokes to cover a certain area, switch to a larger brush. Now the thing about this is I have the lines etched on here for the flower, but I'm not staying in them very well. I'm just kind of covering that area right there real good, and I'm trying to keep my paint wet. I'm even going way outside the lines here. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this watermelon slice color. Couldn't get the bottle open. It's more of a reddish pink, and we're going to go around the outside edge with it. Now I am going to stay on the lines near the leaves. I don't want it all over my leaves. And then we'll just kind of blend as we get toward the center where that other color of pink is. And we'll kind of blend them together because the other pink is still wet. So we can kind of do like this and kind of shade those 2 colors together. Just kind of use like a feathery light touch and feather those 2 colors together as you go around. This is going to be so cute. This would be really cute, like as a baby design. Like if you had a baby that was having like a little bit of a Western style nursery to hang on their door. Or I could see this on a teen bedroom, like a girl bedroom door. Be really cute. All right, let me feather that in. Now I've got too much red, so I'm going to blot some of that off on a paper towel and go back and get that peony pink color and bring it out just a little bit more. So I'm still shading it and feathering it in with the darker pink, but I'm just adding more of that. Now we're going to take the lighter pink, the cotton candy, and do that in the middle. And I got water dripping off my brush. So just do that here in the middle. And you can kind of shade it along the edges too. It doesn't have to be just so. You know, it doesn't have to, don't try to be a perfectionist with this. You can get just a little bit more of the darker pink and kind of blend it a little bit because it's a little bit harsh looking at first. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush for this part. Get a little bit more of the darker pink, and then around the edges I'm just going to kind of do my brush in like a swirly fashion. Just play with it. Play with it till you like it. Get a little bit more of the light pink. Do the same thing. Painting should be fun. If you're stressing too much about it, then you're not having fun. Okay. Looks pretty good so far. All right, now all we have to do, see how we've got, it blends from the light pink to the dark pink and so on. Now all we have to do is add our, hang on, I think I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. Add just a little bit more of this darker pink. Now that I'm looking at my example photo, I want it to come in just a little further. There we go. Now all we have to do is add our, what am I trying to look up? Okay, I've got a couple spots I need to touch up real quick, and then we get to do the fun part. Sometimes when I step back, I'm like, oh, I got a little messy there. Trying to clean it up a little. It's okay. Okay, let me show you up close. So this is what we have so far. There's not much definition or detail to the flowers at all. So somebody said, do you use buttermilk? It is called light buttermilk. That's what I used on the whitish color flowers. Okay, and now I've got my Posca paint pen. This is a size 2.5 millimeter, I think. No, I don't. This is a silver one. That's not what I thought I grabbed. Hold on. I thought I grabbed the black one. Okay, it's a size 3 millimeter. Now all we have to do is go back and add our details. So like up here on the leaves, we can just kind of outline them a little bit and then go through the middle and just create a cute little wiggly. You could also do this with a paintbrush if you don't have a paint pen. Try to make them a little bit whimsical. Like, don't try to follow the lines exactly. Like, I'm not trying to go along the exact edge of the leaves, or even really make one continuous line. So, there we go. That's what I did on my leaves. And now on the flower part, we're just going to take and kind of go around in kind of a scalloped fashion. And then do the same thing on the outside here. And then around the edge. Just kind of adds a little bit of a whimsical sort of look. Okay, and then on the little white flowers, go around the outside edge. And then in the middle, just kind of do like a little swirly whirly. Swirly whirly, that's the technical word for it. Same thing in the blue flowers. To me, this is the fun part. It's like adding all these little details makes it really come alive. And it feels doodled. I like that. Okay, let me show you. See my little blue and white flowers? We're going to add white too, so we're not done. Now let's do the same thing to our swirls. Not trying to follow these lines just perfectly. Just adding a little bit of a whimsical touch. then do the edges of the boot. There we go. All right, I think that's all with the black. Now let's do some with white. See if I can find my white paint pen. Here's one. It's a little smaller though. May work. Nope, here's a bigger one. Okay, so this is size 3 also. And now we're just going to go back and do pretty much the same thing. But I'm just adding like little details. And then we're going to do some down here. And then some on the edge of the boot. Now see how I did the little wiggle down there at the bottom? Let me show you what I'm talking about. See how I did the little wiggle? That kind of adds a little bit of whimsy. Doesn't have to be just perfect every time. As you can tell, I'm not really trying too hard to do this exactly in a certain way. Anywhere that kind of has a little bit of a line or a movement that you want to accent that shape, do it there. Now on like the flowers, especially on these little blue ones, let's do like a little wiggle wiggle on each side. And then same thing in the middle of this flower. So I'm going to do a swirl in the middle. Now let me pump some more of this down. Make sure I got enough paint in my paint pen. And then around the edges, just do a little bit more, like that. Ta-da! Look how cute that is. Alright, so we are all done with our cute little boot. A couple weeks before you see me again. I won't be coming back home until roughly January the 10th. So I will see you guys again soon. Bye. Y'all have a great new year.